Godzilla Singular Point is a love letter to the Godzilla franchise, stacked with references, callouts, and Easter eggs that span the film series' almost 7 decades worth of existence. But perhaps the largest presence looming over the animated show is that of Shin Godzilla. 2016's Shin Godzilla was a massive hit in Japan, kicking off what is now known as the Reiwa era of Japanese Godzilla films, and from its storytelling methods to its visuals, it has undeniably influenced Godzilla Singular Point. Whether or not you agree with this creative choice, this is not what this video is about, but instead, our focus is on why Singular Point went this direction. Before we continue, please be aware that this video potentially contains spoilers for Singular Point, so proceed at your own risk. A pair of interviews with Godzilla Singular Point's screenwriter, To Enjo, recently appeared on Yahoo News Japan and Kaiju.net, where the subject of Shin Godzilla and its influence on Singular Point, at least on the writing level, was addressed. Enjo confirmed that Singular Point's ever-evolving Godzilla was made possible by Shin Godzilla, and that he admired how Shin Godzilla's character drama differentiated itself from the rest of the series. In the Godzilla series, there are dramas that have nothing to do with the monsters. The scale of human beings and Godzilla is completely different, but in Shin Godzilla, it's amazing that they were able to go that far with the human drama. But by far the biggest influence that Shin Godzilla had on Godzilla Singular Point was the level of reality presented in Shin Godzilla, a huge key ingredient, Enjo believed, that attracted moviegoers unfamiliar with the franchise to Shin Godzilla. This is exactly the audience that Singular Point was trying to get from the get-go when it started production. And this is why early discussions were had to have Singular Point stay very close to Shin Godzilla's depiction of the Japanese government and its response to a creature like Godzilla. But the director, Atsushi Takahashi, said, "Who can do that?" laughed Enjo. There was no one on the staff who was familiar with the political system. A similar challenge arose with the SelfDefense Forces, another very difficult subject to depict, as the production team wanted to keep the military real and avoid having to invent a fictitious faction like G-Force, the military organization of the Heisei Godzilla films. The way to handle it is to have someone who really likes to do research, said Enjo. And that someone who really likes to do research was Keigo Koenagi, initially coming on board as a military researcher, according to Enjo, before also being credited as a co-writer on Singular Point's screenplay. If you recall from our History of Godzilla Singular Point video, To Enjo at one point tried to create a diagram through the software known as GraphViz that would depict the movements of characters and monsters. Well, when it wound up not working, the task fell upon director Atsushi Takahashi and military researcher Koenagi to organize the data and figure where the monsters would appear. Most of the good parts were decided by those two, Enjo told Geekazine.net. On an editorial note, while it's really nice to know a bit more now how Shin Godzilla influenced Godzilla Singular Point on a storytelling level, I personally would like to know why so many visual cues were lifted from that particular film. Did a few callback shots just turn into one too many? Was it a purposeful decision from director Takahashi, or was it an order from Toho itself? For now, that answer may unfortunately only exist in assumption and speculation. Before I go, please hit that like button and subscribe to Monstrosities, a vlog of Tokusatsu, if you want more Godzilla Singular Point videos and coverage. There's a lot more to come and a lot more to talk about. Once again, thank you for watching, and we will catch you later.